All right, so today's video, we are returning to one of our favorite maps, Rialto. Today, we're watching a plat, Ana. The Ana says there's long team fights. Sometimes I get stuck in spawn. It has a crazy ending. Now, what would those be? I have no idea. We're about to find out. Sub to the YouTube if you haven't. Enjoy the video. It's time. I can't wait. All right, let's see. All right, so you have the Roadhog comp. You're on Ana. Off to the exact start you expect is just a Widow getting a Widow. Don't necessarily need an Ana grenade right there in your Hog. Remember, your Hog is going to be unkillable for a bit, and you want to save that. But that's also just kind of very, like, it's not the biggest of deals. Don't you love when a Life Weaver saves the other player on the team? And then whenever you have a Life Weaver, all they're saving is the enemy by pulling you away from an limb. Isn't that the best? So far, you're struggling against a Junkrat. I mean, not a Junkrat, a Widow. I don't know why I said Junkrat. I just heard a Junkrat, and that's what I meant, a Widow. You're gonna get a lot of ult charge with this Hog. They're playing great. Be careful of using your sleep on an Orisa who's gold. You can't sleep him. Don't spam cooldowns. I like how you already have Nano off his Hog alone. Wow, your Hog took a maximum amount of damage if you have both those ultimates already. Holy crap. Also, nobody got booped off the bridge, and I'm disappointed. I just want to point that out. Ah! Good job getting out of there. I want to pause for a second and just talk about something completely, like a side note to this. Is it me, or are people still getting, like, their support ults or, like, their ults in general really fast? That's what it feels like. Now, obviously, it's based off of the comps you have, but I even feel like in, like, Sigma comps, if you have a BAP, your BAP will have window fairly quick. Isn't that because damage is too high? I mean, you could say that both damage and healing are too high, right? Like, there's so many different variations that are happening. It's just everything it feels like is a bit too high on that one. But then at the same time, do you want it to be just a Widow-dominated, like, you know what I mean? Because then, like, there's so many, it's just so much back and forth with it. It's so hard to say. Be careful of peeking that. Nice nade. That was good. Good first point for your team. This was just a solid first point. Honestly, I don't really have much to, like, critique on how you played it outside of a couple of, like, your Ana grenades are a little bit off. But, like, that just comes with time. I think they get less ult charge from healing tanks. And they did that because it became a strategy in Overwatch 1. It became a strategy in Overwatch 1 where, like, you would just sit there and take his maximum amount of damage. So, like, you would always have support ults, but now that's still a strategy, and, like, it feels like the ult charge is still quick. Now, I'm not saying they should necessarily adjust that. It's just, it feels like yeah. So. So far, so good. I don't really have anything to... This has kind of just been, like, a pretty chill start to the game. A Widow on both teams has been dominating, so one Widow's making a difference, and then everybody else is just there having a good time, and that's pretty much it. The Winston on the other team, or the tank on the other team decided that Winston against a Roadhog was going to be the play, and that's where we're at. Oh, this is looking good. Yep.
Cool.
Yep. The Widow headshot the Hog, and then here we are. Orangus is flat, and right now, it's essentially been, and obviously you're going to see Genji maybe get a pick here. It's basically been... There's two Widows in the game. They're both having fun. Everybody else is just there and going, hey, how's it going, everybody? And then it's back and forth. Like, so far, I don't really... It's interesting because, like, you're not pushing in too far. Your position has been okay. Even that Nano I'm okay with because you're just keeping your... Like, you obviously could have saved it a little bit later, but, like, so far, you've been playing fine. Like, I guess we can go hindsight here and say you definitely should have waited on the Nano a little bit more, but I don't know. Even then, I'm just like, look at this. This is great. This is great positioning, by the way. Okay, let's see what Ana did here, and I've talked about good positioning. This Ana backing away to this spot is what I'm referencing. The team fight starts, the Ana backs away to be in a spot where if they want to get him, it's going to require a Widow to headshot him, as you saw. But, like, it's a lot more difficult on that one. Do you see what I'm saying? Position has been good. Your cooldown usage has been okay. Aim's been pretty good. Like, I don't really have anything where I'm like, oh, what are you doing? You're hiding behind a wall here? Like, this is actually a good way to learn positioning. So far, it's been good. Did locate the Widow? Yeah, that's pretty much what happens. I mean, you're out of range there, so like that shatter was just like. Now you're out of position. Now you're out of position. You gotta go to your left. Good job. Even then, when you go out of position, you recognize it. Don't peek this for now. Be careful of that Widow. I know what you're trying to do here, but it worked out. This has been good. I honestly, like, I don't really have like a. This is like, if you want to play, if you want to like understand solid position, and so far this has been good. The sleeps have been a little bit off. Like, you can definitely work on that, but like, you can stay here for now. I see what you're doing. Back up a little bit now. Yep. Yeah, this is fine. I don't know. How did you survive that Genji blade? That Genji's been having top tier blades the whole time. I mean, that wasn't bad. Nothing's really, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, so far this has been pretty chill. Playing towards the statue, I do want to see one thing. What can I complain about here? Well, what was gonna be my one concern here? The sight line for Widow here. And look at their spot. Can't be shot from Widow. Only up here is where they get shot at, but you can see that, right? And if somebody gets all the way over here, they have a way to fall back. This is an example of actually good positioning. You know how I talk about how, like, you don't need the best, like, mechanics to still climb? And, like, this is what I mean. Like, if you play like this and you're constantly wary of, like, these type of angles, you'll be in a good spot. Not bad. Still good positioning. Now you want to rotate back. This is where you would start to go a little bit on the rotation. Good sleep. Now remember, there's a Widow up there that you just slept. So now you want to start to go towards the wall, otherwise you're going to get rolled by that Widow. No. Just go to the right a little bit. Just a little bit, slightly. There you go. Perfect. There you go. Took you a little bit extra time, but you knew what you wanted to do. Your right side is going to be your number one issue. But you can't really, that's on your teammates more than anything. If they kill you from the window, yeah, I mean, I actually, I have to say, it has been very rare when we watch some of these games where I, like, really talk about good positioning. This has been fairly solid for what you're going to do. I think the number one issue you have right now is your Ana grenades have been, like, suspect, in a sense. Like, you're kind of, that's just on your tank right there. But, like, you still would have probably lost this. Like, you've just been kind of, that is something you need to work on, but, like, yeah. That's on you. What if Ana had a reverse tap lamp, like caps healing for duration? That wouldn't be fun that wouldn't be fun. You gotta, like, there has to be, like, this, and an example of this is, like, imagine if they kept Sombra's EMP the way Sombra's EMP was. It wouldn't be fun for Sombra. Do I like getting EMP? No. Am I okay with where EMP's at now? Yes. See what I'm saying? Remember, Widow. I want you to think about Widow here. You're a little bit wide angle, and there's a Ryan there. Like, this is kind of those situations where you don't have a mercy. So if you get rolled here, you're not going to get res, and you can put your team at a disadvantage. So I want you to just be careful. I think you're doing fine with this, but I want you to find more of gravitating to a wall. That way when you take that pop shot, you just back away right away. So you think instead of making it look bad, and you just stand still against the Widow? That's what I'm saying. It's been solid gameplay. Also, that was a quick shatter by Ryan, was it not? I swear you just got shattered. Big slam. Good job by their Ryan. Holy crap. That's on you, by the way. You were with your teammate and then got shattered. You're fine there. All right, so I want you to set up a really quick nano blade right now to stop this snowball. You're getting snowballed right now, so like what you need to do is communicate with your Genji and say, we just need to stop this. Do a nano blade as they... Okay, well, there you go. See? Perfect. What can I say? That's exactly what you want to do. Don't give him time to make a play. Get a nano blade, win the team fight. That's what I mean. Like, what else can I say at that point? The only thing I could say is you nanoed them a bit early, but maybe in voice chat they said, okay, nano me. Right? They're more comfortable with getting nanoed first and then going in. I have. You said the cooldown management is terrible. I'm not going to disagree with cooldown management needs work. I'm not going to go with terrible. What I mean by snowball, it's like, ever have those games where, like, you just can never regroup and they constantly keep winning team fights, you never have an opportunity to take, like, a legitimate team fight? That's essentially what snowball is. So like, you know, notice how their second point, they didn't get to do anything, and they just kept going. They kept taking that momentum from first point. That's like snowballing in Overwatch. Sleep. Positioning's okay. I'm gonna be real with you, Chad. Did you? Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, did you see what Diana did right there? If you look there, the Widow was right here. The Widow shot at them, and then they adjusted their positioning to get rid of the sight line, and now they have multiple sight lines to hide from the Widow. I don't know. That's just an example of a good rotation, I guess. I don't know. Nice sleep. Yeah, I want to point this out again. The one thing you can absolutely work on is your honor grenades and your sleeps. Your sleeps have been pretty solid, but like your honor grenades like need some work. You're just like overthrowing them, you're missing them, you're not understanding the range of them, so that's something that you definitely work with. Chat, that play by the Ana was actually not that bad. If the Ana tries to back up there, there's not going to have much opportunity. You recognize they were there by sound, made a play, backed away. That was a good play. Good job. Sometimes you also have to make plays, right? Like, good sleep. Don't wake them. Kill your teammates. Don't worry about cart right now. Okay, you might be in that part where like teammates like cart. You can't worry about it right now. You're good. Nice job. They're trying to use anti like Suzu, kinda. Yeah, kinda. Examples when to best use honor grenades. There's pretty much two really good ways. One, if you need to burst heal your tank, or you can use your grenades aggressively with like a purple, where you like purple their team, which forces them to have to use a Suzu, or they're antied. And then obviously there's gonna be other situations in between that, but that's basically what you'll see a lot of Anas do. Situational though. It's not gonna be like, it's not gonna be as like I guess like what, as simple as that, but it's a good starting point. And there it is, it finally happened, your positioning. You straight a little bit towards the middle. When you win a team fight, you start to gradually go out of position. A lot of times you won't realize it, but because you win team fights, your position becomes a little bit worse. So what you want to do, and get in a good habit of this, whatever rank you're in, readjust your position if you win a team fight. You just got to run to point. Nothing you do here. This is just a run to point. Yeah. There's nothing I can do there. Your team got staggered out. But as you can see, your one position mistake. You've been playing really well. Headshot by a Widow. You're not there to keep your teammates up. Teammates get rolled. Next round. This is why Overwatch can be really fun, and then really like people can get frustrated sometimes because you're playing so well, then you make that one slight mistake just like that. That's why like I always say just reset where you're at after every team fight. This is how you end up in games like this. All right, you're on D.Va, Bastion. I mean, it's just your comp's fine. Good positioning again. Not too worried about that. Just watch out for the grapple sight line up high ground, but you do have vision of that. Other team is running the Widow, but you're fine here. I want you to look at that honor grenade, and once again, just work on those honor grenades because you are missing those a lot. You see your Bastion, for example? The Bastion's in that sight line. Do you hear the Widow to the left that I was talking about earlier? Do you see it? Do you hear the Widow right there, by the way? See, Chan, it happened straight away from the good position, and you see it? You see how like it was so good and then you straight away? It happened again.
Payload's on the move. Let's stop it.
Oh crap, I gotta hurry up with this here. All right, sorry. I just realized. The amount of times you heard today we're spectating on your YouTube shorts, that's a good thing, right? Also, I want to point something out to you, by the way. Do you notice how you've been getting picked off a lot more over the past, like, whatever, and, like, obviously the team made a play? I do want to point out to you that your positioning has gotten a lot worse in the past minute and a half, and it's showing. And did you see the difference of when you're playing perfect throughout the game and now you're like in like this rush scenario? You see the difference now? How you were playing so well, and then now you're like, okay, I gotta do something, and then you're getting rolled like 4 fights in a row just because you stopped focusing on your positioning. That's on your D.Va, by the way. I just so you know, like your D.Va not getting healed is more on them. You need to play a little bit further back right now. That's gonna be on your D.Va. So. Online class, thanks for the 2 months Average Prime. So thanks, appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, cat.
Oh, you'll see, Shaq. You'll see. By the way, your positioning improved a lot right here, and now you're having a much easier time. Do you see what I'm saying? Standpoint. I'm okay with that nano. This is like an all-in strat. I would have maybe recommended nano in the Bastion, but the way your diva's been playing, that's an okay nano. I want you to hide behind that. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, the devo! The clutch! Keep your hands alive. Just this is where you're like, in these situations, by the way, it can be a little bit of like that, like, oh no, oh no. I just want you to like focus on keeping your team alive as much as you can, and then you'll win this game because your spawns are so close. Good game. That was a nice ending. That was a very good job. If I had any like feedback for you, I need you to work on like your cooldowns. All right, your cooldown usage, whether you're on a grenade, you were missing them a lot. Great job there. Your positioning was good, which is rare for me to talk about. Keep that positioning up the whole game because there was a point where you ended up kind of straying away from how you would normally play in, and because of that, you got rolled, and it almost resulted in a loss. So clean that up, and you'll be in a good spot. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, sub to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't. We pretty much every day uploads on all 3 of them. If you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below. You'll see my Discord. That is where you will be able to submit your own spectating. We record these live on stream. Stop by. We have a lot of fun here. That being said, hope you have an amazing day/night.